We turned $111 into $720 with just used clothing. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? My name is Sebastian. This is Resell Junkie. If you're new here, my wife and I, we sell you stuff online and we teach others how to do it. What we're going to talk about today is a handful of items that have sold over the past week or so on eBay that we bought at thrift stores and we resold online for a profit. Before we jump into that though, guys, if this video does end up being helpful, the biggest thing you can do for our channel is smash that like button. It really helps more people actually see this video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing because we can all be friends. So let's get into this. If you've never seen one of these videos by us, the price that you're going to see on the screen is not actually the price that the item might have sold for. We may have gotten less for it because of best offers, and eBay, for whatever reason, does not show that price on here. So I will tell you what each item sold for and what we actually paid for it. So the first thing is this Duluth Trading Co. pant. Now, there's going to be a few items that if you guys watch our thrift haul videos, if you watch the last one that I just put out a few days ago, you're going to see several items in here that have already sold. So I'm just like showing you guys this to prove a point that this isn't me just like theorizing about price values and how quickly things sell. They're literally selling every single day. So this is how I base my business and all these things on, is these kinds of basic clothes that people pass on. Duluth Trading Co. pants. This is a great brand to know. Their pants, they sell well. These sold within a day and a half or so of being listed. This is the Flex Fire Hose series, which just means they're stretchy. Yeah, it's great. They were a good size. They were a 40 by 32 and they were in great shape. So they sold for $35 and we paid $7.42 for them. Next, another item that you just saw in the thrift haul, LL Bean vest. Nothing really special here. It's just a really basic quilted kind of Sherpa collared line vest. We again paid $7.42 for it and it sold for $25 within a couple days. Oh man, this is a good one. This, let me just show you guys this in person. I even pulled this out just to prove I actually have it. Look at this thing. It's a little kid's Raiders jacket. Nothing special whatsoever. I paid $7.42 for it, and within 12 hours, it had sold for $285. The reason I knew it was going to go for so much is because I saw someone had one at auction as I was listing mine, and that auction had ended at $285. So I listed mine for $300, and within, again, 12 hours, I had a best offer for $285, and I took it. So this was a great sale. I want to talk about this though for a second because the Raiders team has a cult following. This isn't this expensive because it's a kid's like bomber Letterman kind of wool style jacket. No, it's because of the team, guys. Not every single team has a cult following, nor is every single team have items that are desirable whatsoever. Teams that suck at sports, they do not sell for this well, but the Raiders have a whole different kind of thing. Like the Raiders fans are crazy. Either they're football fans or they're gang members. Like that's the two ways you can associate them. The Raiders have a huge association with gang members and that whole lifestyle, but I'm assuming this is going to be for a nice person that's a sports fan and just wants to deck their kids out in Raiders gear. This was made by Sears. This is older. I'm not sure how old, probably early 90s judging by the style. But yeah, sold right away. And I never look in the kids section. I just saw this in the corner of my eye and I grabbed it and I just got super lucky. So learn your stuff. Okay, another item that was just on the video from the last thrift haul, this Under Armour basic long sleeve shirt. There is absolutely nothing really crazy about it besides the size. I mean, it's a 2XL, so it's a good size. It was just a plain gray, but then I don't know if you could see it. There's like a little green patch on the arms. It sold for $20 right away. I mean, within 2 days. So yeah, not a bad little sale there. And again, we paid $7.42 for this item. Now, if you're new here, if that sounds like I'm repeating myself, is because I am. When I buy things at the thrift store and I say like I buy 20 items, if one of those items costs $5, the next one costs 10, and the next one costs 8, I average that price out instead of saying, this costs this. It's just the way that my mind works. So that's maybe why these prices seem a little bit repetitive. Again, another sale from the thrift haul from a few days ago, $7.42 again. And again, it sold for $25 within a couple days. This is a Fox Ranger series cycling mountain bike shirt. So yeah, good shape overall. Mountain bike stuff sells really well. People love buying clothes for mountain biking. It's just always sold well for me. The biggest thing with mountain bike jerseys, if you could find like the 3/4 sleeve racing jerseys, like the downhill ones that have a bunch of company logos on them, those sell really well. My biggest suggestion there is learn what companies in cycling are highly desirable and really expensive and look for their logos on jerseys. This is gonna be like a broken record. Again, $7.42 for these, and again, they just came from the latest thrift haul. Cool is a awesome brand. It sells really, really well. It has a great following of people that love it. There's the little logo there of the mountain. On some of these pants, you will see a actual model name on the inside, like the newer series of them have it, but these older ones didn't have that. There's the little logo again. These sold within a day or two of listing, 26 bucks, so not gonna complain there. All right, this vintage Wrangler pearl snap Aztec kind of pattern shirt. Nothing crazy, but it's got a great pattern. It was in great shape, and it had the pearl snaps on it as compared to like the normal buttons. Pearl snaps always do better, and especially if you can find them in these kind of funky Aztec-y, southwestern-y patterns. These patterns do really, really well, no matter what brand, pretty much. This shirt, it sold for 30 bucks, and I paid $7.02 for it. Right, this Giro jacket, I paid $8.50 for this. I bought this because I looked it up. I found like a shirt by them before, a cycling shirt. I looked it up. It was like worth like 35 bucks or something like that. So I figured I'd pick it up. But this is made by the brand Giro, which is another cycling brand. It's very common. This was like a really weird like feeling jacket. It was very crinkly. It was like a wind and rain breaker, but it just felt really, really odd. It sold for $29.75, and yeah, like I said, we paid $8.50 for it. All right, so these Fox padded cycling shorts. This is something that you can find in the shorts section, or even if your thrift store sells underwear, sometimes you'll see these there. If you find shorts with padding in them, always take a second look at them, especially if they're by brands like Fox, because these are intended to be mountain bike pants, or at least I'm assuming it's what it seems like they are. These have the side padding, so they look like football pants, but they're not. They are definitely for cycling or some sort of activity like that. We paid $5.85 for them, and they sold for $27, and again, within just a few days. Now with those, just make sure that the inside liners, like the actual seat part, aren't messed up. Make sure there's no heavy wear on the bottom of them. Just again, remember they're used for utilitarian purposes and they're abused and all that good stuff. So just look for damage before you get gung-ho about them. All right, C.C. Filson. I'm sure this is a brand that you guys have all heard about. I've talked about it several times on this channel. I adore this brand whenever I can find it. This is a more modern, just button-down shirt. Nothing crazy about it. This is not the kind of stuff from C.C. Filson that brings huge money. The stuff from C.C. Filson that brings huge money is definitely the outerwear, the hunting stuff, the jackets, the utilitarian purpose things like vests and all that good stuff. I mean, we still got $29.75 for this, and I only paid like $5.50 for it. So be on the lookout for this brand. Again, no matter what, it's like their hats, their socks, you can probably find underwear by them and they still sell just as fine. But again, the biggest money makers from these are going to be their jackets, their fishing vests, things like that. So if you find one of those, just assume that you just made a ton of money. All right, Burton snowboard jacket. I paid $7.02 for this, and it did sell for the 48 bucks. This was just a nice little woman's jacket. There's nothing crazy about it. Burton is just one of those brands, kind of like Quicksilver or Roxy or whatever. It's not that special, but it still has a huge crowd of people that buy it. This again was just a basic snowboard jacket. It wasn't like their top of the line or anything like that. And it still got $48 for it, so it's not a bad little flip. With snowboard jackets, you just want to make sure that they're not like super grimy, make sure that there's no gigantic holes in them. Anything that takes away from like the snow safety value of it, pass on them. Thrift stores will usually overprice these things, so be really, really careful with them because again, these things are heavy. They have to go either like in a flat rate envelope or something even bigger sometimes if you can't compress it. So just you have to worry about shipping these things sometimes, but this fit in a flat rate envelope and we only paid $7.50 for shipping. So it is a good little sale. All right, this Cabela's camo shirt. So this was why is that photo so blurry? That's not good. Still sold. This was just a faded camo Cabela shirt. This was nothing crazy, but it was a cool little pattern, had the little tassel straps up top. Just stuff, random stuff like this from Cabela's and random hunting stuff always sells well. Camo tends to do well in my experience. I've had really good luck with camo, especially now that everyone's being all weird and prepping and trying to recluse themselves. It seems like people are buying more camo than ever, so stock up on it. They're usually like cotton shirts or cotton trousers of camo patterns. They're not going to do as well compared to like those performance materials like nylons, Gore-Texes, yada, yada, yada. But still, you can see this shirt sold for 30 bucks. I did pay $9 for it just because I did know that it was going to sell for a few more bucks. I paid up. but still nice little profit. It shipped in a flat rate envelope, and we still, I mean, made like $15 to $16 off this one shirt. So it's pretty cool. Okay, this vintage tour roller hockey jersey. There's a big difference between roller hockey and ice hockey. You need to understand that the clothes fit and feel very different. The jerseys are a lot more lightweight than they would be for ice hockey, like comparatively speaking. If this was an ice hockey jersey, it'd be a lot thicker. It wouldn't be like this kind of meshy material. And then the pants are the same. Like roller hockey people wear longer pants. And then for ice hockey, you're typically not wearing longer pants. You're usually just wearing like short padded pants just because ice hockey hurts. I'm a huge hockey nerd. I used to play roller hockey and I played ice hockey and I love them both. So that's why I kind of know a little bit about this stuff. This, again, Tor is a really major brand in the hockey sector. This jersey was not that special or desirable or anything like that though. So we did kind of sit on it for a little bit, paid $7.10 for it, and it sold for $34. People love jerseys. People love NFL and NBA jerseys, but for some reason people tend to skip on hockey jerseys. Learn your hockey jerseys because they can sell really, really well. You need to understand the difference between like the cheap ones and the actually desirable ones. But yeah, I mean, hockey jerseys are awesome. It is probably one of the things that excites me the most when I find them in a thrift store. So one kind of quick tip, if you want to know if a hockey jersey is intended for actual play or just as like maybe a warm up or a junky kind of fan jersey. So if you're looking at an ice hockey jersey, on the back of it, if you go here and you go under the bottom hem, typically like a few inches up, you're gonna see a strap. What that's called is a fight strap. So if you're playing ice hockey and you get in a fight, this like makes it so someone can't pull the jersey over your head and just start punching you in the face. That is always indicative of a more quality jersey, whether it's actually supposed to be game worn or if it's a really, really high-end replica. So if you do see a fight strap on a jersey, I'm not saying that it's always going to be worth more money, but there is a good chance that it's going to be worth more money than a basic fan jersey. If it's from a major NHL team and it has a fight strap on it and it's heavy duty, you can pretty much bet that it's going to be worth your time to look at and to buy. Even if the jersey costs like $20 at the store, you'll still make money on it. So just one key thing to look out for. Okay, now these North Face pants, I actually paid up for these. I paid $17.25 for them, even though they had some wear on the cuffs. They're a little bit beat up on the cuffs. You see there was some rashing and all that good stuff, but they were Gore-Tex. That's why I paid up for these. That's why I wasn't too scared. I knew that these would go for better money. And again, with every brand, they all have different lines of quality. These were the Steep series. And then they also have the Reco system. So Rico, whatever, however you say it. If you don't know anything about like snow sports, Rico is kind of like the like safety recovery thing where if you're like buried under the snow or something like that, they have transponders that can actually pick this up, and it's built into these pants, which is really good to know. I'm not saying that pants or jackets with the Reco systems are more expensive. That's not always the case, but it's a good sign of a quality pant that usually is worth more money. So I do recommend you guys taking a second look at those. Now, again, we paid $17 for them and they did sell for 75 bucks. So it's still a nice little flip. But yeah, just know these little details, know that words may really matter when you see them on pants. And you need to know what Gore-Tex is. You need to learn what Reco is. And someone's probably going to correct me. I have no idea how I'm saying Reco, Rico, whatever, but whatever. But you know what I mean? So yeah, be on the lookout for that stuff. So guys, I hope this was fun. If it was, and it's gonna help you make some money, smash that like button. And if you want a little bit more help, we have a reseller starter guide in the description below, which is intended to jumpstart your reselling future. But until next time, my name's Sebastian. Cheers.